Wir sind live und frei von 31ern Type-C. Was geht denn? Verdammt, was geht denn? Hilfe. Kann sein, dass ich gerade ein bisschen zu energisch drauf bin oder keine Ahnung, wie auch immer man das nennen mag. Übermotiviert sein Vater, obwohl ich eigentlich krank bin. Keiner weiß, mein Bruder, keiner weiß. Werde zu einem Monat hier auf YouTube streamen. Danach wird es aber wieder Zeit rüber zu Twitch zu gehen. Ich will einfach nur gucken, wie das hier läuft. Auch, weil ich eventuell einen Bann kassiert habe, leider, und der jetzt für 30 Tage nicht streamen kann. Aber wir machen das jetzt einfach so. Es gibt YouTube, es gibt TikTok, es gibt was weiß ich wo noch, wo ich halt streamen kann. Nur verhaltenstechnisch werde ich mich bei Twitch auf jeden Fall jetzt zusammenreißen für die nächsten 2 Jahre. Und auch am besten für die ganze Zeit, weil ich werde da jetzt abnormal vorsichtig sein. Notfalls werden wir halt wirklich einfach hingehen und die Spuren auf stumm vielleicht sogar stellen. Notfalls, wenn ich bemerke, ey, da ist ja nicht wieder was ganz koscher, da will jemand gerne alle Augen draufdrücken, die man nur draufdrücken haben kann, 31er Hust. Ach, kann man nichts machen. Aber jetzt hier natürlich auch nicht den Account mit irgendwelchen Nonsens da voll ballern. Wir wollen jetzt einfach nur ein bisschen, ja, wie soll man sagen, vielleicht reacten. Schauen wir mal einfach, wo das Ganze hier eventuell hinführt. Ich bin außerdem krank. Wie es auch im Titel steht. Ich kann nur diesen YouTube-Chat hier irgendwie auch nicht so ganz dorthin tun, wo ich es eigentlich hin tun will. So, alles von vorne. Ja, und auf YouTube müssen wir jetzt trotzdem vorsichtig sein in Sachen Copyright.
All that money over there was part of a marketing stunt by none other but Zynga, the company behind the wildly
Zinga,
popular Facebook
Bazinga.
sensation, Farmville. Farmville wasn't just another farming game, it was the biggest obsession of its time. But behind its friendly graphics was a strategy so ruthless, it turned a small startup into $1 billion empire. And the man in charge, Mark Pincus, a CEO people love to hate. Driven to dominate, Mark stopped at nothing. From cloning games to scamming users, this man did every horrible thing in the book. But was he really a villain or just a genius who understood the cold reality of business? After all, Mark turned Zynga into a powerhouse. It seemed unstoppable. But when things got out of control, it all came crashing down.
Zynga stock closed today near its lowest level ever.
But just when it looked like the end, unimaginable happened.
Take-Two Interactive is one of the biggest video game publishers out there, responsible for GTA, Red Dead. It's buying mobile game maker Zynga for around $12.7 billion in a mix of cash and stock.
Now under control of Take-Two. The question is, how did a man who did every horrible thing in the book not just survive, but walk away as the ultimate winner?
1,4 Billionen Dollar hat der Typ gemacht.
You see, Zynga didn't just rise. It went from zero to hero to zero.
Der hat für die nächsten 20 bis 30 Jahre ausgesorgt. Minimum.
And here, only to end in a $12.7 billion acquisition by none other than Take-Two, the second biggest deal in the history of gaming. Well, today you'll learn all about these 3 moves that built and nearly broke Zynga. But before I break those down, let's break down the man behind it. A Silicon Valley bad boy with a bulldog vision. Mark Pincus wasn't exactly liked. People called him a control freak, a coachable piece of shit. And so mean, he even has his own chapter in Mean Men, a book about the world's most controversial leaders. Take I'd walk away as the ultimate winner. Down.
One of the biggest video game publishers, mobile game maker Zynga for around $12.7 billion in a mix of cash and stock.
Now under control of Take-Two.
One of the biggest video game publishers out there, responsible for GTA.
Aber ich muss es, glaube ich, mal hier auf Fullscreen machen. Eben. Weil sonst kann man das nicht screenshotten. So, da. Mit Tastenkombi N geht das Ganze auch schneller. Ja. So, da gescreenshottet. Schicken Sie mal einmal kurz in die Gruppe. Wie heißt der Typ?
Now, but walk away as the ultimate winner. Every horrible thing in the book. Not
Oder wir
just survive,
screenshotten
but
das.
walk away
Ah, nee,
as the
egal, tschüss.
ultimate winner.
Warum ist jedes Mal
You see, Zinga didn't
Hintergrundgeräusch
simply
unterdrücken
rise. It
aus?
went from zero to
Nicht
hero
immer,
to
aber
zero
ab
and
und
somewhat
zu.
back to
Einfach so
hero
aus dem
again.
Nichts.
But what happened here, here, and here, only to end in a $12.7 billion acquisition by none other but Take-Two, the second biggest deal in the history of gaming, by the way. Well, today you'll learn all about these three moves that built and nearly broke Zynga. But before I break those down, let's break down the man behind it. A Silicon Valley bad boy with a bulldog vision. Mark Pincus wasn't exactly liked. People called him a control freak, a coachable piece of shit. And so mean, he even has his own chapter in Mean Men, a book about the world's most controversial leaders. But was he really this mean, or just a genius who understood that in the world of business, you're either prey or predator? Because from a young age, being prey to authority wasn't really his style. In Mark's own words, he would say things like, "That's a dumb question," when asked something he found stupid in interviews. Mark just didn't have a lot of respect for authority. It's no surprise then that he also didn't last long in traditional jobs. By 28, after being fired from a VC firm, he admitted feeling washed up. But instead of backing down, he doubled down. Mark wasn't interested in playing by the rules.
Müsste
He
alles
wanted to
stabil
write his
sein.
own.
Auf YouTube Stream ist eine ganz andere Erfahrung, so passt ja. Dann wird auch letztendlich dieser Channel mal ein bisschen aktiver. Merke ich dann auch. So,
Every
ja.
horrible thing in the book. A harsh but very honest answer to students asking how
So,
he
gehen wir
had
mal
profitable
kurz in meinen
fast. The
Stream.
press called him unethical, of
Wenn
course,
ich
for
dann
saying
irgendwie auch auf
these
meinen
words,
Stream
but
drauf
they
kann.
didn't understand that for Mark, an
Mit
experienced
den
entrepreneur, it
App
wasn't about
Control
being
Room.
unethical. It was about taking control of your own
Da darf ich
destiny
den
in the
selber auch
cold
mal
world
schauen.
of business. And control he took. Named after his
Ja,
bulldog
okay,
Zynga,
so.
Mark started the company with one goal: connect the world through games. Mark had no gaming experience whatsoever, but what he did have was the ability to see what others missed.
Monetarisierungseinstellungen auf Kanalebene festlegen.
I saw that people were hanging out on Friendster and Tribe and these social networks and eventually MySpace and Facebook. But you got them all together for this cocktail party, but then there wasn't something to do with your friends. And people would say there's nothing to do on the social network.
So Mark thought Facebook games were the answer. And while other companies were chasing hardcore gamers, Mark was chasing another crowd, the non-gamers, moms, students, office workers. And to catch them, he truly did every horrible thing in the book. Zynga's first big hit made Facebook gaming explode. It was the world's first free-to-play social poker game with 40 million monthly players. But the real reason it took off wasn't the game itself. It was because of something no one else had tried before: microtransactions. Yes, Zynga Poker became the first game in the West to sell poker chips for real money. People loved it, but not everyone was happy. Many claimed the cards weren't random, but dealt by an algorithm designed to make players lose, calling it the most corrupt game of online poker. True or not, the backlash only fueled Zynga's reputation to keep players hooked and spending.
It's true, people are spending not just a little bit of real money on things that don't exist, but a lot of it. Exactly how much?
Well, the revenues last year were over $600 million and growing very quickly.
Now, for most game studios, that kind of money would have been enough, but not for Mark. To stay ahead, he turned Zynga into something no other game studio saw coming: a data powerhouse.
That volume of data they get off those 250 million users ends up being their secret weapon. They're able to know what people like faster than any of their competitors, which allows them to keep churning out the hits.
While other companies build games based on user feedback, Mark built games based on user data. Every click, every feature, every pixel exploited players' habits to keep them hooked. Zynga, as one employee put it, was in fact an analytics company masquerading as a games company. But with Mark's obsession over data, the stage was set for the biggest game yet, one that would bring massive growth, but also massive trouble. Meet Farmville, a game about farming. Farmville became Facebook's fastest growing game, and that thanks to a simple loop of plant, grow, harvest, repeat. But it was that exact loop that harvested something else. Your fear of loss. Crops took days, sometimes weeks to grow. And if you logged in too late, crops died. But log in on time, people were rewarded. Farmville basically ran on real-world time, and players took it very seriously. Some even set alarms to not miss a harvest, and then there were those who neglected their kids when interrupted mid-game. Farmville wasn't just a game, it was an addiction machine that sold you time, and Zynga loved it. But Farmville's real genius wasn't the game itself. It was Facebook's notification system. Farmville allowed players to send invites to their friends for help. Found some eggs? Notification. Found some fuel? Notification. Harvested olives? You guessed it, notification. The spam was relentless. It annoyed everyone who was not playing. But for Zynga, it was genius. Because every invite was free advertising. The only question was, how long before players and Facebook had enough? Well, for now, Zynga couldn't get enough. The hits kept coming. Everything Zynga touched turned into gold. And that for a very simple reason. Those were Mark's marching orders, and boy did Zynga deliver. Armed with
Ganz kurz, ich will das mal lesen. Ach du Scheiße. Innovation ist nicht das Wichtigste da anscheinend gewesen. Sie ist einfach nur, macht dasselbe die ganze Zeit so weiter, wie es funktioniert halt und ja, macht daraus ein bisschen mehr. Hier so. Wie ich das jetzt nutzen hat. Du bist nicht schlauer als die Konkurrenz, ey. Also, ja. Ja, soll ich das nicht darunter verstehen, dass es heißt, du musst nicht schlauer sein als die Konkurrenz? Und dass dieser Abschnitt hier, just copy what they do and do it until you get their numbers. Das einfach heißt, das Ende, also der Satz heißt dann einfach nur, du musst nicht schlauer sein als die Konkurrenz, kopier einfach nur das, was die machen und ja. Schon wirst du auch einfach Geld scheißen. In dem Sinne. Musst nur Copy-Paste machen. Mehr musst du nicht machen anscheinend. Für ein bisschen Money. Für ein bisschen viel Money anscheinend. Krank.
From Farmville to Mafia Wars to Cafe World, every clone outperformed the original. Data and cloning became Zynga's DNA. Employees even joked that their motto was do evil. And with all that evil, it was no surprise that lawsuits rolled in, with even EA suing Zynga over their game The Ville, which, truth be told, was a blatant clone of The Sims Social. But Mark didn't care. For him, it wasn't about stealing anyways, but about doing it better. And better they did. Zynga's games became the fastest growing in history, and Zynga itself, the fastest growing company in Silicon Valley. The bad boy with his bulldog was finally in control of his destiny. But to keep that control, Zynga needed more than data and clones. They needed the spotlight, and they knew exactly how to grab it. Meet Gagaville, Zynga's marketing campaign with Lady Gaga. Farmville players could unlock songs from her unreleased album inside the game. It was an entirely new way to experience music by both Farmville players and Lady Gaga's little monsters. So why not try the same with rappers? For their game, Mafia Wars, players got exclusive access to Dr. Dre's music video. And for Mafia Wars Las Vegas, Zynga livestreamed Snoop blowing up a 4-ton armored truck in the Nevada desert. It was the most viewed livestream in 2010. But not all stunts paid off. To promote Mafia Wars again, Zynga glued fake $25,000 bills to San Francisco's sidewalks. The city wasn't impressed, calling it sidewalk vandalism and illegal marketing.
Zynga's marketing stunt for Mafia Wars didn't settle well. San Francisco politicians. After Zynga glued fake $25,000 bills to sidewalks in San Francisco, directing people to check out the Mafia Wars website, San Francisco's deputy city attorney Alexei, wie auch immer, called the marketing tactic documented acts of sidewalk vandalism and stated that the city intends to pursue every available course of action aggressively against Zynga for these illegal marketing tactics. Aber wenn ich das jetzt hier richtig verstanden habe, kurz gesagt, die haben wie auch immer, die haben $25.000 Rechnung, Bild, weil da steht Bills. Also deren Aktion ist nicht ganz aufgegangen mit deren, mit deren Geldnoten, Geldscheinen, wie auch immer. Auf auf Seitenstraße da, die dann drauf zu kleben. Das war da wohl anscheinend keine gute Idee, weil man das als Vandalismus bezeichnet hat für die Aktion. Also man hat einfach gesagt, ey, das geht absolut gar nicht. Das sehen wir als einen Akt des Sidewalk Vandalism. Bei Junge, auf Deutsch würde es halt einfach heißen Seitenstraßen. Vandalismus. Wie auch immer. Und ich glaube nicht, dass es so heißt. Sagen wir einfach Vandalismus. Gut ist. Dass man das halt, ne, man hat die Aktion da auf jeden Fall nicht gut geheißen. Das ist deren anscheinend einzige Werbeaktion, die da wohl negativ aufgefallen ist in Amerika. Beziehungsweise in San Francisco. Ja gut. Und da wurde auch aggressiv gegen vorgegangen.
Tactics. No surprise.
Man hat einfach gesagt, dass es eine illegale Art wäre vom Marketing. Das Ganze da zu präsentieren.
No surprise, knowing it took
Okay.
the cleaning crew 3 hours to scrape off the fake bills. But
Boah,
Zynga didn't care.
3
They kept
Stunden.
their marketing machine
3
running.
Stunden, um die Scheiße da
Label emails,
abzurubbeln.
mega billboards,
Oder
or
abzuschrabben.
taking over entire 7-Eleven stores from food to drinks to candy. Zynga stopped at nothing. Not even at zombies. Yes, for their launch of Zombie Swipeout, Zynga flooded New York with over 100 zombies handing out blood pops. The stunt resulted in over 12 million impressions on Twitter. And when zombies weren't enough, no problem. They went even bigger with sheep.
Ich weiß nicht, ob so besser ist.
I was like, Dad, why
Kann sein, dass man das hier eventuell doppelt hört. Kann sein, muss.
Zynga brought herds of sheep and English farmers to New York to promote Farmville's latest version. It was marketing à la carte, super extravagant and super expensive. But when we've got Emma Stone confessing her Farmville addiction, you know Zynga's marketing was also super effective.
Are you on Facebook or any of that stuff?
No, I had to delete my Facebook
Why?
because I got addicted to Farmville. Have you seen people that are like, da-da-da needs help building their barn? Don't need a nail or a board.
It's a fake farm.
It's a fake farm, but it doesn't feel fake, Jimmy.
You're getting crazy. You're getting crazy. Yeah.
Now, these marketing stunts were bold, but not as horrible as what is about to come. If you were too broke to keep your Farmville addiction, no problem, just hand over your data. That's what Farmville's offers did. They let players trade personal information for in-game currency. From signing up for a Netflix trial, completing a fake IQ test, or grabbing a free learning CD, the list of offers was long and loaded. A typical offer asks you to enter your phone number to unlock rewards, not realizing that you've just subscribed to a monthly service. These shady offers made millions, especially for Facebook. But at the heart of it wasn't Facebook or Zynga per se. It was actually a company called OfferPal, a firm that specialized in trading personal data for in-game rewards. At first, it seemed like business as usual, but as complaints grew louder, one journalist started asking questions. So when confronting OfferPal's CEO about how these scams became the backbone of social gaming, she had nothing nice to say.
And I can tell you categorically that his insights are shit, double shit, and bullshit. Okay?
Turns out his insights weren't so bullshit after all. Lawsuits accused Zynga and Facebook of a fraudulent scheme with ads being highly misleading and users subscribing to services they don't want. Apparently, Facebook was fully aware but did not offer to reimburse any users. And to top it off, Mark's now infamous quote only supported these claims.
I did every horrible thing in the book to just get revenue right away. I mean, we gave our users poker chips if they downloaded this wiki toolbar, which was like, I don't know, I downloaded it once, I couldn't get rid of it. So.
That toolbar was surely Mark's means to an end, a quick way to generate revenues. But his honest words about it didn't really help the case and left Facebook with no choice but to act fast. Facebook suspended Zynga's game Fishville. OfferPal CEO Queen of Scams got fired, anti-scam rules were enforced, and Mark removed all mobile ads until we see any that offered clear user value. But that was just a quick fix to a much bigger problem. While all this was happening, another storm was brewing. Zynga's relentless game notification just kept spamming feeds so much, even Facebook had enough. Without any warning, Facebook decided to shut them down altogether. According to Zuckerberg, it was part of some rebalancing so that if you aren't a gamer, you're getting less updates. And just like that, Zynga lost millions of users overnight. It became clear who was truly in control here, with the press declaring that Facebook basically owns Zynga. But It was just like a bad marriage. Both Facebook and Zynga knew they needed each other. Without Zynga, Facebook would lose traffic, and without Facebook, Zynga would lose players. The solution was a new deal, but not just any deal, a secret one. Facebook would keep promoting their games, and Zynga agreed to make them exclusive. For Mark, it was a win, but not exactly his idea of taking control. To take things further, he bought Words with Friends and turned a hit game into an even bigger success. Despite the scandals, Zynga became bigger than ever, almost too big to stay private. So by the end of 2011, Mark took Zynga finally to an entirely new level.
NASDAQ's opening bell rang from San Francisco this morning to mark the IPO of Zynga.
The stock to watch today is Zynga. Its IPO priced at $10 a share. Zynga's IPO is said to be the biggest U.S. web one since Google.
Yes, Zynga went public with a $7 billion valuation, with Mark, of course, tightly in control. But just 5 months later, his best buddy Mark, the other Mark, took his baby to even
Meinetwegen sogar
greater
nur 10 Millionen, ne?
Facebook was now public and worth over $100 billion, and it was one of the largest tech IPOs in history. For Zynga, this meant trouble. Facebook was now bigger, bolder, and more in control, and it threatened Zynga's dominance in the social gaming world.
Zynga had one product that was their flagship product in Farmville, and what we learned from the Zynga IPO was that people are fickle and they're not going to play the same game forever.
And that was the problem. Zynga bet big on social gaming just when the world started shifting to something else. Mobile games. Now everybody had a smartphone, and people wanted to take their browser games with them, no matter where they go. Apps became the next big thing. And to catch up, Zynga did a desperate move, buying the studio behind the hit game Draw Something for $200 million. It was surely Zynga's entry into mobile, with the game being top of the app charts. But when the game didn't meet Zynga's expectations, Mark shut down not only the game, but the entire studio with it. The smartphone era wasn't just happening, it was happening fast, and maybe just a tad too fast for Zynga to catch up.
Zynga shares, they're actually down, I believe, 40% in the pre-market?
Yeah, down to close to $3.
Zynga stock closed today near its lowest level ever. The San Francisco-based social gaming company finished the day at $2.48 a share.
And from this point onward, things just got messier. Mark stepped down as CEO twice, and executives too left the company alongside employees with layoff after layoff. By 2016, Zynga was worth less than its own office building. And then in 2020, after having left Zynga's leadership, Mark announced a bittersweet farewell. In his thread, Mark reflected on how Farmville didn't just define a generation. It reshaped gaming itself. It turned data into power, inspired entrepreneurs, and showed the world what games could do. But Facebook was no longer Zynga's home. The game that built an empire was gone, and so was Mark. But just when everyone thought Zynga's story was over, things started to shake up again. Under new leadership, Zynga eventually turned its focus to mobile games, with hits that, to this day, still rake in millions every month. It was a long-needed pivot, but surely not their last, because Zynga's biggest move was yet to come in 2021. A $250 million acquisition of Chartboost, one of the top mobile ad networks. But unfortunately, Chartboost had its own problems. It got accused of tracking people, even kids, who had clearly opted out with Ask That Not to Track. But as we now know, in the cutthroat world of business, this barely raised an eyebrow. It was just business as usual. But it worked. In 2022, the business as usual finally paid off big time.
Coming up, Red Dead, meet Farmville, Take-Two Interactive buying mobile game developer Zynga.
Which is Take-Two Interactive buying Zynga for $12.7 billion, depending on how you look at it.
This will position Take-Two as one of the largest publicly traded interactive entertainment companies in the world.
Yes, Zynga, a gaming company that bought an ad company, was now bought by one of the biggest gaming companies ever, to create, of course, the next mobile gaming empire. And Mark, who was still owning millions of shares, eventually walked away as the ultimate winner. It's just funny how the world works. This man who built Zynga by taking control of his own destiny had to eventually give it up to save Zynga. It's a crazy story, but one we can all learn from, especially from a man who did every horrible thing in the book. While he was very open about his moves, his story goes beyond all that. It's about understanding that in the world of business, everybody plays by their own rules. And if you don't, someone else will create the rules for you. But the real takeaway? Well, let's hear it from the man himself.
You live and grow by the sword, and then you die on that same sword. Zynga was a victim of that. We were a victim of our own data and analytics. And the one muscle that I wasn't able to really replicate and teach across the company was intuition.
Intuition. I guess it was the only thing missing from his book. But while Mark admits he didn't always have it, there's one instinct he clearly mastered. And that's the drive to take control of his very own destiny. Happy farming.
Ja. Ach du Scheiße. Was könnten wir jetzt als nächstes schauen? Gleich werde ich sowieso schauen, dass wir die Kategorie nochmal ändern.
Somehow people just sense it.
Okay, Autoplay dachte sich so, wir spielen dir jetzt das hier. Danach gucken wir einfach, was wir machen. Ob wir jetzt dann endlich mal was zocken oder so, keine Ahnung.
That fixes computers. And even though I haven't fixed computers for the public since June of 2024, life finds a way. And this computer found its way to me. Because apparently one of the tenants found out that I fix computers. Again, no idea, they can just feel it. It's like an aroma of the computer fixing. It's probably a bad aroma, actually, if you were to think. Probably like old cabbage. So apparently this computer was given to this guy because his friend said it was shutting down randomly and his friend ended up upgrading. Hopefully he upgraded before the RAM crisis. I hope it doesn't need RAM. Because even DDR4, we're short right now, which is not good.
What the heck is going on with the RAM?
Lupe lives under a rock. I want to join that rock because it's nice to be oblivious. Now, it's not too filthy, but we're going to glove up anyways because we want to be safe. Now, these are the worst types of repairs. Every repair is the worst type of repair, but ones that lack information and background, it's the worst type of repair because you have to guess what they mean when they say it shuts down. I don't know what that means. Does it blue screen? Does it give you an error? Does it happen when you have a video game on? What have you done? Have you tried to troubleshoot anything? There's so many questions that you need to ask before you can even start to troubleshoot. And the fact that this guy just got the PC because his friend was like, F this thing, this is your problem now. Nice problem to have, a free computer, but that guy just related to me. Just looking at it, again, it's not too dusty. That's concerning that these just came off like that, because that indicates somebody's been working on this thing. A little Gucci. I've seen much worse. That's what concerns me. My immediate concern is that's unplugged, which means this may have been troubleshot. But there's more. Can you see the power cable? It's not plugged in. Actually, there's a better angle right here. Yeah, so there's a big gap in there. 24 pin. Let me see this. 24 pin is not connected all the way either. That concerns me. I'm inheriting someone else's troubleshooting that obviously they failed. Oh, look at this. I just noticed this. Can you pick that up on camera?
They can definitely
It's sideways. Oh, look at that. Where's the Gooch collector when you need him? So let's do a rapid fire this one, Lupe. All the stuff that's wrong with it, immediately noticeable by the eye. GPU, not plugged in. GPU, screwed in sideways. GPU. No words necessary. Intel stock cooler, may be a problem depending on what CPU they have, I don't know. Mismatched RAM, may be a problem if the speeding's different, I don't know. 24 pin, not plugged in all the way. Did it happen during their troubleshooting? I don't know. 4 pin CPU connector, also not plugged in. Did that happen during troubleshooting? I don't know. Besides that, everything looks great. But you know what really makes me sad, Lupe? Crucial SSD. Micron said, you know what, consumers? We don't need you. We need AI. That's all we care about is AI. Fuck pieces of shit. Apples. They also have a mechanical HDD in there, which looks to be a Toshiba from May 2016. That's an old drive.
But you know what's even older than this drive? The idea that the only way to learn back-end development is to pay for boring lessons taught by boring instructors. Which is why learning to code with Boot.dev is such a game changer. Boot.dev is a website that's set up like a video game, but it teaches you how to code without boring the shit out of you with useless info and obscure examples. You build real projects that require writing actual code. There are a ton of courses that go balls deep into back-end development from start to finish, or just teach you the basics, which is what I'm using it for. With Boot.dev, I was able to actually learn the basics of the command line in Linux without falling asleep, and I even dipped my gooch into some Python. Wait, that doesn't sound right. The course content is free, but the interactive features, which are obviously the best part, do require a membership, which is still way cheaper than a university, and even cheaper if you use my discount code SalemTechGuy, where you get 25% off your entire first year. And if you do purchase a membership and don't like it, there's a 30-day no questions asked refund policy. Just head to Boot.dev and get started.
But we need to turn this on to troubleshoot it. Obviously, I can't turn it on with all that stuff loose and unplugged. So let's start plugging stuff in. GPU, plugged in. Definitely not secure, but it's plugged in. 24 pin. Oh god. Oh, there's... Okay, seems we have more problems than we thought. There's missing screws on the motherboard. Now, this is a CyberPower case. It's a CyberPower computer. Again, I don't know the story behind this, right? So did that come from CyberPower like that? I don't know, so I can't say it did. Believe me, if I could say if it did.
I mean, I can say it.
I would love to roast. Lupe's gonna spread misinformation without any facts. The 8-pin, or 4-pin, we're gonna plug in. RAM. Okay, I just saw 2 tabs move. Could you see that from that?
No.
The greatest cameraman that's ever lived.
So I just saw 2 tabs move when I did that. third tab, I don't know if you heard that or saw that, but that tab moved. So we had 3 tabs that just moved very slightly, but I want to make a note of it because I need to be super observant when working with other people's, stuff. Again, I don't know the history of this. SSD looks like is it Velcroed? It's duct taped. I respect that. Okay, let's get this guy going.
Wow,
that's a little loose. Yeah, HDMI is a little loose. Let's get our Dell monitor and, of course, everybody's favorite. You guys ready? That's right, baby. My IBM model KB8923 that we found stashed away in the ceiling. True story. Okay, we're plugged in, right? That's all we need. We got power. We need a mouse. We need a mouse, of course. What the heck? We need a mouse. There we go. That's how we should have it. There. Make it easy for the viewers. We do this all for the viewers. Okay, power button. Hold on. Is the power supply on? Yes, it is. Learning. I'm learning. Power button.
Oh, we got power.
Okay, fan spin. So lights on the motherboard, bouncing between CPU and DRAM. That hard drive's cooked, listen. Hard drive's dead.
That's unfortunate.
Yep. Is there something in here? I hear something spinning. Nothing's in there. We have no post and we're bouncing between CPU and DRAM. So let's hope it's just a DRAM issue. Power button does nothing because it's stuck in a boot loop.
Speaking about loops, you want to hear my loops? Listen to Loop AG on YouTube.
Let's troubleshoot that DRAM girl. Tiny raccoon-like fingers. Let's just reseat it. You'd be surprised at how often just reseating the RAM actually fixes it. We have 2400, 16, 16, 16. So we want to make sure that all of these are 16, 16, 16 with 2400 megahertz. Our next stick is Ballistics, 16, 16, 2400. Okay, that's cool. By Micron. Oh, man. Oh, I don't think you guys understand the impact, or maybe you do, that Micron stopping consumer storage and RAM is. We're so screwed for the next few years. It's depressing. And it's going to have a direct impact on my business, too, because all the laptops that I sell, I try to sell them with 16 gigs RAM minimum. And I purchase a lot of RAM. So this current batch that we have only has 8 gigabytes in each laptop. And I'm out of RAM. And I can't afford RAM because I already sell these laptops either at cost or just a little profit to cover labor. And now I'm going to be taking like a big loss on these laptops. So that's not cool. We'll see what happens, but it's not looking good at all. So let's try reseating it, see what happens. Okay, after reseating the RAM, we're gonna try one more time. Now this is interesting because the guy said it was crashing. It wasn't even booting. So did he accidentally like hit the RAM or something when it was happening, and that's why it was giving the DRAM, it was blinking back and forth? Who knows? We're gonna find out. We went immediately to VGA. Oh dear, that's never a good sign. So we're no longer boot looping like we were before, but VGA lights on and we have no display. Not good. Let's try the,
oh shit. The greatest technician that's ever lived.
How do you do it? Who knows? Okay, so no lights on the motherboard, and we're preparing automatic repair. An unexpected I/O error has occurred. That is the dead hard drive. So the hard drive clicking obviously is the I/O error, clearly, right? But he has an SSD. So I'm gonna disconnect the HDD, see what happens if I just boot it.
You already did disconnect it.
No, HDD is plugged in.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh,
we
that's
just
your
sent the DVD drive.
Yep.
Lupe, spreading misinformation.
Fight me on my Patreon.
Let's unplug that HDD. Wow, that's good.
You should probably lick that thing, see what happens.
Now I don't know why this hard drive would die. We're gonna disconnect it. Power's gone. Let's see if it boots. Oh, I forgot to shut the computer off. Whatever, can't get any more broken than this.
The greatest technician that's ever lived.
All right, power button again. We got the VGA light, just like we did last time, and we got a boot. It looks like it booted faster that time, no?
It did.
It did. Okay, cool. So now,
Windows repair.
This is what happened. The BIOS defaults got reset. It tried to boot from the HDD. That's probably what happened. Okay, we're gonna have to install our own version of Windows in order to troubleshoot this thing. So we're in BIOS. I just want to see what was going on with this thing. I have no idea what the CPU it has. I know how much RAM it has, obviously, but so we have a 525 gig SSD. Wow, that's a weird number. 525?
Probably an old SSD.
i5-6402P. I've never even heard of that CPU. This is the problem with trying to recreate an issue. I need to look at his logs. I need to be his doctor, right? I need him to poop into a cup, and I need to inspect his logs. His computer is pooping into a cup on the hard drive, and now I need to get in there and dig through it. That's a disgusting analogy, but it's very accurate. Now, the reason I need to do this compared to just installing Windows fresh is because his issue may not be recreated with a fresh install of Windows. So I need to determine whether or not his issue is a software issue or a hardware issue. Because if I reinstall Windows and it works fine, I'm gonna give it back to the guy, and then he's like, it's still happening. And I'm like, well, fuck. All right. Now I'm gonna use a program called Blue Screen View. It allows you to view your blue screen and make sense of what the hell those letters and numbers and all that hieroglyphics mean. We are in our portable version of a Windows 10, and we loaded their dumps. So now I'm inspecting those logs. Not good, Lupe. What does that say? That is NVIDIA. DX kernel sys? That's also NVIDIA. So these are GPU-related crashes. And it looks like it happened in January 2025 and May 2025. And that's probably when he said, you know what? Guess what? No more computer for me. And then gave it to his friend. So now we need to figure out, why is it doing that? Is it the GPU? Was it a bad GPU? Or was it bad GPU drivers? Now, unfortunately, it's never the drivers. We know this. We know this. Never the drivers.
Out of all the troubleshooting we've done over the years.
Yes. Not a single one has it ever, not one time has it ever been the drivers. Probably because the customer probably tried the driver first, right? And if it didn't install, they didn't bring it to the shop. So now I have Benchmade open, and I have Ada64, so I do have a stress test over here. So I'm gonna click the stress test. Let's see what happens. I should install FirmArk. I'm gonna grab FirmArk too. All right, so this isn't good. So GPU issue aside, we're climbing, baby. We're at 98 degrees, and I'm not talking about the good one. Oh, we've hit 100 degrees under load. 100 degrees Celsius, so at any time this computer is probably going to shut off. You know, I have a feeling why it's doing this. This could be a problem. Okay, this is getting weirder. Event viewer. We're in event viewer. So we have disk errors. Now you would think it's for the SSD, HDD. No, it's for the SSD. That's drive 1. So the SSD is giving us disk errors, but wait, there's more. So if we go all the way down, now did you see that quick disk? That was disk 0. Clearly, disk 0 is cooked, right? Hard disk 0, drive 0, hard disk 1, drive 1. So those are two different hard drives. That means the mechanical hard drive we already know. Now, I gave you a little glimpse of that one. Look at this. I've never seen this in my entire life. I've never seen this many errors. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Now from here, look at the time. 5:31:04. Is the time changing? The time changed 1 second. Look at this. I'm pressing page down. That's right. Look how many errors a second this thing generated. Absolutely insane. I've never seen this in all 69 years of my career. I've never seen this many errors written to the event log. This is nuts. It's still going. It goes all the way down to the bottom. Just to show you. All the way down. All the way down. All the way down. 5:30:46. So within the span of 2 minutes, it wrote that many errors. Ironically, this wasn't even when it died. He kept using this until May, so this was one of the days where it blue screened. The other day was in May. Holy crap, that's nuts. All right, let's run FirmArk, see if we can get this thing to crash.
5 minutes later.
It crashed. Lupe was late.
I was tying my shoes.
He was with my wife. Look out. This is not a resolution issue. Do you see how poor the resolution is here? All right, the GPU failed during FirmArk. You know what happened, you guys? I was moving the mouse around, like, watching FirmArk, and then the mouse stopped. And I started screaming, and we didn't get it on camera. I'm glad at least we got the error. Well, looks like the GPU's toast, folks. And the CPU's overheating. Wow, this guy has some friggin' issues, doesn't he? Alright, so I know you're asking, well, what the hell? Why are you putting this much work in this computer? He only wants to play, like, League of Legends and...
Elder Scrolls Online.
That's what it was, Elder Scrolls and League of Legends. So, I mean, it doesn't need anything crazy. So that's why we're investing time into this thing, because the 6th gen Intel should be able to play League of Legends, right? Let's see what we can do without CPU. Okay. Well, clearly, the CPU was overheating. We can assume it's due to this. Let's see what that paste is looking like. Obviously, it's not making contact right there. Yeah, make it... Oh, my lord.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, you hate to see it. That's bad, man. Wow. Look at this.
Talk about liquid metal.
Look at that closely. It's like the Wu-Tang sign. Do you see the grooves? It does look like the Wu-Tang. Huh. Isn't that something? Look at the grooves in the thermal paste. It was never making contact. Wow. I mean, I'm impressed that this thing... Yeah. Those temps under idle were like 60. That's impressive. That's very impressive, actually. Get rid of that thermal paste. Sorry, the mic wasn't plugged in. We just realized that. Oopsie daisy. We panicked. That's what happened. So, I got a little 99 isopropyl on this baby. We're just going to scrape off this old thermal paste. I've never heard of this CPU. I'm sure some of you nerds have. Put some thermal paste on there. We're doing some Duro Knot today. I don't know why I'm even wasting Duro Knot on this thing, but we are. Don't judge me. This stuff is thick. Don't judge me until you've pasted yourself with Duro Knot. Wait, don't paste yourself with Duro Knot. Let's put this back in. We need to replace this GPU. Poor thing. It's been through hell. That sucks, because that thing looks brand new, which also kind of concerns me. Why is this so clean?
Maybe they washed it.
Yes, they power washed it. That is, that's quite concerning. This should not be that clean compared to the rest of the computer. Thankfully, we have another video card, don't we? We don't have another video card, do we? We found an XFX 580, but it's only a 4 gig version. This is just to stress test the machine. If this works, then we will order the guy like a cheap video card. Really any cheap video card to play League of Legends. Okay, let's see what those, let's run our test again, see what those temps are.
La temperatura. Maybe if you plug it in there, genius.
Listen, man, listen.
The greatest technician.
I'm getting trauma. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Trauma flashbacks of you get an old piece of dog shit computer that's not worth fixing, and you need to fix it, and you end up replacing the entire thing. And I'm no longer a repair shop, so I don't actually have parts like that in stock anymore. So I have to deal with these parts that I don't even know friggin' work.
People, he's lying. We have Trident downstairs.
That's true, but Trident does not have 1080 Ti's laying around. They have friggin' Fire Pros and other graphics cards that cost way too much for League of Legends. Shut the fuck. Why is the temperature 90 degrees? Why is it idling at 90 degrees?
That's a good question.
I installed the GPU driver. Why is it so high?
Oh my gosh.
Oops.
That was on purpose, people.
Yeah, that was a joke. That was a skit. That was just a skit. But I got something to say here. It was only at 90 degrees with no fan.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
It held its own.
It did hold its own, so I think the thermal paste is working. That's what that means. So what I want to do is give him the 8GB RX 580. I'll probably grab one off eBay or something. Again, we don't keep stuff in stock anymore, which sucks. Desktop equipment. And ironically, when I started buying stuff because I was going to do more PC content, RAM shortage. So I literally only have one stick of RAM, DDR5 RAM, for that computer, for my new computer. But this is a little preview. See this? That's going to be my solution for only having one stick of DDR5 desktop RAM, because I have a lot of laptop RAM, DDR5. Stay tuned for that one. Look at these temps, Lupe. 65 degrees.
Wow.
Under full load. You'd love to see it.
Would have been better if it was 69 degrees.
Hey! You're right. Now, all you car guys out there, I'm going to make an analogy right now, because I just found something. Imagine someone giving you a 3000 GT, or an RX-7, or a 300ZX. Now, you non-car guys, imagine someone giving you just problems. Like, here you go, here's some issues.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's what this guy's friend just did to him. SSD is failing miserably. His SSD is cooking. It's not good.
Jeez.
That's not good. Rest in peace, Crucial. Another Micron bites the dust the day that Micron Consumer Division bites the dust. Crucial is gone. This Crucial drive is gone. This fan bearing, I don't know if you can hear it.
I'm tired, boss.
But you know what? We repasted the CPU, so at least it's not overheating. This is a rough one. All right, so what have we learned today, everybody? Well, this guy's SSD is cooked, his GPU is cooked, his CPU is overheating, his fan's cooked, it's a little dusty, and it's gonna cost like 13,000 times more than to just buy another computer. However, he's only using this for League of Legends. So a cheap video card should be good. It's just a matter of money. The GPU is gonna cost, you know, this much money. Yeah, Windows 10, he can keep Windows 10 for now. Unfortunately, League of Legends doesn't work on Bazite, so you can't run it on Linux. So I mean, technically, I guess I could bypass Windows 10 and install Windows 11 for him, but we have some thinking to do with this guy, and this is when communication is involved with talking to the customer. So when people ask me, "What? You're an IT technician, you're a computer repair guy, teach me, how'd you learn, I say this all the time, look how stupid I am, right? I'm an idiot. Process of elimination, that's how I determine what's wrong. There's a certain set of methods, yes, but the most important quality that I have is communication. And that's what I'm gonna have to do with this guy. I'm gonna have to communicate with him and say, hey, this is what you need to spend to do this. What do you want to do? And he's gonna ask questions. I'm gonna have to answer those questions. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to fixing computers. But he needs all this stuff. So what would you do?
Just like the show.
I know what I would do. Smoke drugs.
This is a 2020 Razer Blade Studio Advanced with an MSRP of $4,000. And in this video, you'll get to experience a few things. What long-term ownership looks like.
His power button's loose. The LEDs on a few of these keys don't work anymore. Whoa.
What being a consumer trying to get service for the most basic repairs is like.
You told me to go to a repair shop. I'm the fucking repair shop. We're sorry.
And finally, what damage control looks like.
The only reason that you reached back out to me and you reopened that ticket and magically found it. Oh, we do have the battery. It's because I left a comment that got like 3,000 likes on a video that you were getting roasted on. Once you find out I have 2-point-something million subscribers, you treat me differently. So this is my response to that. Fuck.
Now I have to start this video by giving you the story behind this silver slab of snake shit, with the assistance of a short film video I previously made in 2023 when it first came into my possession. This is a $4,000 2020 Razer Blade Studio with a cracked 4K OLED touchscreen. All it needs is a new display and it'll be like new. Simple job, right? No.
I couldn't find a replacement display anywhere, so I contacted Razer. I explained I'm a repair shop and I asked for a replacement screen, knowing very well what their answer would be.
Not a chance.
Since right to repair laws still don't exist, Razer has no legal obligation to sell me a replacement screen. Instead, they want me to pay $99 and ship them the laptop so they can diagnose the issue. The issue, which is the glass is fucking broken and I need a replacement screen. Since the resale value of the laptop is so high and I had no other choice, I sent it in. And I paid their $500 ransom. I mean repair quote. Let's see how it came out. Everything looks good. The laptop does look brand new. Let's take off that plastic protector and see the screen. What the fuck? Do you all see that? The plastic lifted the glass off the frame. Jesus, that was scary. Let's stress test it and check the temps. Razer included a burn-in test sheet that said the max temp the CPU reached was 73 Celsius after 10 minutes. Yet, here we are at 75 within the first minute, and almost 90 after 6 minutes. That means it definitely needs a repaste.
Now, before we dive into the current status of this laptop, I want you to understand my beef isn't just not being able to obtain parts. It's the consistent lack of Razer's quality control that I've observed over the past 10 years of owning a repair shop, with this video showing another example. Imagine paying $3 grand for a laptop that gets hotter than the boiling point of water because the smooth brains at the factory didn't line up a sticker correctly. Or even worse, imagine buying a second one that's impossible to fix because the manufacturer refuses to sell replacement parts, leaving no other option to replace a broken screen but to send it in, wait 3 months, and pay over $600. Well, my customer doesn't have to imagine, because right to repair is the only fantasy here, and the reality is I can only fix one of these severely overheating 2020 Razers that has apparently attended one too many Diddy parties. Oh, never mind, that's just silicone grease. Not even Razer's own demo laptops are immune from their sizzling snake shit shenanigans.
The only people that know this story are the people that went to PAX East with me. So Razer had a booth at PAX East, and they had their new laptop. It was running a stress test. It had a 59. It crashed. It froze. It completely froze. I wasn't touching it. I was looking at it, and it froze. Meanwhile, the temperatures were in the high 90s.
With all that said, I'd love for you to join me in my anger-fueled, lung-ruining, rant-filled adventure that is owning a Razer laptop.
You may ask why I'm holding a 2020 Razer blade next to a fire extinguisher, but you already know why, don't you? That's why. Everybody who knows Razer knows the laptops get spicy pillows. Now it's here today because the customer contacted me, and it's out of warranty, and I don't have my business anymore, but I still want to take care of my customers that I sold stuff to. So the battery has indeed puffed. It's very common on these Razer laptops because these are hot plates. The problem with their laptops is overheating because they use the bottom case and the top case as a heatsink. You'll see when I open it up, there's like silicone pads that connect the bottom case and top case to help cool it down, but it really just ends up making the thing a hot plate. But my beef right now is I know damn well I'm not going to be able to get a genuine battery for this Razer laptop, so I'm going to have to go on eBay or Amazon or laptopbatteries.com and purchase a battery that is not going to last anywhere near the length that this lasted. So I'm going to prolong the death of this computer for maybe 6 months or even a year, and then I'm going to get another phone call or an email saying, hey, this battery no longer holds a charge, and then I'm gonna have to say, fuck, hopefully it won't come to that. So I'm gonna try to get a genuine battery from Razer, but just knowing how my screen search, how that went, I don't have much faith. But let's take this thing apart. Let's see, I need a part number first before I do anything. And he did say it was overheating. You don't say. These things overheated from the factory. I do like these keyboards, but I think he's also mentioned a few of the lights on the keyboards don't work, just Razer things. Razer was a computer that always came into the shop because random issues, always had random issues. My theory, I'm not an electrical engineer or anything, but my theory is that it had so many issues because it cooks itself to death. Heat is not cool. Batteries don't like high temperatures. Since Razer is aware of the problem, there's even an article on Razer's website that specifically talks about this problem. Hey, is your battery bloated? If so let's take this thing apart. I want to see how bad it really is. I don't know why Razer thought it was a good idea to have 5 Phillips screws and adhesive holding this thing down. It's, especially when you know these computers have a problem with bloating, but, you know, whatever. Hopefully this...
Eieiei. Guck mal lieber dieses Video.
Parece que me toca bailar. That's no way to finish a dance. Your favorite, I believe?
Excellent timing, Ada. You know how I feel about being tied up. And yes, many thanks. You see, those annoying monks took everything from me.
Including the amber?
No. Cleverly hidden just before they grabbed me.
Well, then lead the way.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
They're looking for us. But we're taking the high road. Got it?
Understood.
Got
Up you go, Luis.
Arriba y listo.
Bisschen.
Touch the amber. We'll meet up later.
No! Sorry, what kind of a man leaves a lady...
Eieiei. Das war's dann mit dem Manchester United Trainer.
Not bad, but not nearly good enough.
Was geht denn hier bei OBS jetzt wieder ab? Es hat geblinkt, aber irgendwie für nichts. Keine Ahnung.
Then we meet at the church. Let's not make it a funeral, eh?
Phantom Aura. Bossem Aura. Phantom Aura. Danny, till you Phantom.
Control, come in. Luis hit the amber, but I've sent him to retrieve it. Control, do you copy?
What will you do about it?
Luis is already en route to the church. I'm tracking him every step of the way.
Very well. Then I suggest you hurry.
Copy.
Copy and
Just need to
paste.
confirm my route first. Heading out to get a visual of the area.
But I don't think I'll get a straight answer. Raccoon City. You know, after the incident, the world changed. I try to save one person, 100 others die. I guess I changed too.
You. Leon S. Kennedy. You haven't changed. You just think you have.
So here's my question. Have you changed, Ada? Or are you just trying to use me again?
What do you think?
We're here.
Wo ist denn diese Szene hier? Keine diese Dings-Szene hier sehen. Mit dem Laserstrahl.
I trust everything.
es auch immer so lange lädt. Ah, hier. Da habe ich die Szene. So ein bisschen weiter zurück.
Okay, Luis.
Hier.
What was it that you said again? You should have known by now, Whisker, that I don't always play by your rules. Only one way through this.
Ja.
Always have an out.
Child, do not resist.
Got you now, Sadler.
Stop! No!
Sweet child, do not resist. Pray forgive these wicked sinners.
Das könnte man sich sonst angucken. Oder wollen wir langsam mal was zocken?
Please, tell me you got it.
Oh, I got it.
Can you verify the G sample and we get the hell out of here?
Before we do that, I ran into Annette. She claims you're not FBI.
Oh, Leon. Why couldn't you just hand over the sample?
Because I realized, as much as I wanted to trust you, I didn't.
I really hoped it wouldn't end up like this.
So that's all this was. I was just some pawn to you?
Look, I'm just doing my job.
And I'm doing mine, so drop that damn gun! I'm taking you in.
Hand over the sample, Leon. I don't want to hurt you. Please, tell me you got it.
Oh, I got it.
Can you verify the G sample and we get the hell out of here?
Before we do that, I ran into Annette. She claims you...
Wie viele Meter reichen aus, um den Körper zu zerstören? Ein Sturz aus 4 Metern ist meistens überlebbar. Doch die Schwerkraft verzeiht nicht. Die Aufprallkraft konzentriert sich auf deine Beine. Fast sicher brechen deine Knöchel oder dein Schienbein und ein Lendenwirbel kann gestaucht werden. Bei 12 Metern liegt die Todeswahrscheinlichkeit bei 50%. Du schlägst mit etwa 55 Kilometern pro Stunde auf. Dein Becken zerbricht und Rippen können deine Lungen durchbohren. Zu überleben ist hier pures Glück und hängt davon ab, welcher Teil deines Körpers zuerst auftritt. Tippe zweimal auf den Bildschirm, bevor wir zu etwas viel
Hilfe, was passiert
übergehen.
hier?
Ein Sturz aus 100 Metern lässt keine Überlebenschance. Der Aufprall erfolgt mit
Zero.
extremer Geschwindigkeit und der Körper zerbricht innerhalb eines Augenblicks. Ein Sturz aus 4000 Metern, zum Beispiel aus einem Flugzeug, bedeutet, dass du die Endgeschwindigkeit erreichst. Etwa 200 Kilometer pro Stunde. Beim Aufprall ist die Gewalt so extrem, dass sich die Hauptschlagader vom Herzen löst und das Gehirn gegen den Schädel prallt. Der Tod tritt sofort ein und glaub nicht, dass Wasser dich retten würde. Bei 200 Kilometern pro Stunde gibt die Wasseroberfläche nicht nach. Der Aufprall aufs Meer fühlt sich an wie Beton. Deine Knochen würden genauso zu Staub zerfallen. Wie viele Meter reichen aus, um den Körper zu zerstören? Ein Sturz aus 4 Metern ist...
Uff.
Wait, is that speed? There's no way, right? No way.
I'm getting arrested, bro. Okay, that's it. The end of everything, bro. Time here is over. I have no words. Gonna ask? No, you don't have to say anything. I already know. Yes, sir. Yeah, I literally have no words. All I can say is sorry. I only have insurance. So
You only have the insurance. Does the plate belong on the car and everything?
The plate is for another one. I have an appointment for the DMV literally on Thursday. It's the same car, same everything. It's just a different show.
Whatever. You swap it.
I took everything from that car and put it on this one because that one was a convertible, and I just didn't like the fact that it was a convertible and it was just dangerous. So.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Kind of ironic talking about the convertible being dangerous.
It's really stupid.
What I just saw.
Exactly. Yeah. I wish I never did though. Like, my license is pretty much guaranteed gone. It wasn't a ticket. That's enough. Oh my God, bro. I'm getting arrested.
This guy has no idea how big of a mistake he is making. The thing he is casually running along the edge of is called a dam hole, also known as the door of death. If any person falls into it, even by accident, death is almost certain. These holes are usually about 70 feet wide, and they are built on top of dams so that the water does not overflow. But this is just the beginning. The real danger starts when the water level in the dam rises too high. Some people even sit on top of these holes and enjoy bathing in the water as if they have no idea how dangerous this can be for them. What's even more shocking is that these holes are uncontrolled. As soon as the dam water rises beyond the limit, they automatically start pulling water inside. In just 1 second, they can swallow 1.5 million liters of water. During this process, anything that comes in their path is never seen again. This guy has no idea how big of a mistake he is making. The thing he is casually running along the edge of is called a dam hole, also known as the door of death. If any person falls into it, even by accident, death is almost...
Ja.
What happens to our character if they get hit by a train while getting into a car in all GTA games? Let's start with GTA 3. I'm going to slow down the moment the train hits me so we can clearly see what happens. Just as it's supposed to hit our character, it goes right through him. And during this bizarre animation, Claude was able to get into the same car without a scratch. But the car itself is a different story. Guess what? There are no trains in GTA Vice City. Don't cry, Tommy. One day there will be a train in Vice City. Well, in GTA 6 anyway. Let's see if GTA San Andreas is different from GTA 3. When the train is about to collide with our character, they go right through it again. It'll even send CJ flying, but he'll be able to get back into the car without any damage. Let's get down to business. Let's see what happens with Nico. The moment he tries to get into the car, the subway will push it, and most importantly, it will pull our character along. He won't pass through, and that will be fatal. In GTA 5, we start with the tram, and it's pretty simple. It will stop, and as soon as our character gets into the car, it will start moving again, scratching the bodywork in the process. Now for the train, and it's going to be quite similar to GTA 4. The moment our character gets on, the train will pull him along while pushing the car. What happens to our character if they get hit by a train while getting into a car in all GTA games?
Ja gut, wir machen mal kurz eine Pause. Weiß hier nicht, wie ich das hier manuell mache. Zerbrechung starten, ja. Ah, hier. Machen da mal so eine 5-minütige Werbepause, würde ich mal sagen. Danach bin ich wieder am Start. Danach, warte mal. Bevor wir hier die Werbepause einleiten, würde ich gerne wissen, ob man das hier umstellen kann. Ah, hier, man kann es bearbeiten. Oder? Ja, Kategorie, ich könnte auf Gaming wechseln. Okay. Das ist also Twitch und YouTube da schon so gleich. Das finde ich doch toll. Gut, wir sehen uns in 5 Minuten wieder. Ich weiß da nicht, was wir da zocken werden. Also eigentlich hätte ich in Aussicht Alan Wake gerade. Nur ob ich da so lange Bock habe, schauen wir einfach mal. Erstmal die Werbeunterbrechung, danach sind wir wieder am Start. Ich hatte eine mies schöne Pause. Ja, Bobby. Menschenskier. Warte, was steht hier die aktuell? Hä? Widget öffnen, keine Ahnung. Doch Ding an oder nicht? Ja, ich verstehe das gerade nicht. OBS-Einstellungen, Audio. Müsste eigentlich alles normal sein. Soweit ich weiß, oder? Hören wir mal ein bisschen bei uns im Stream rein. Machen da mal ein bisschen Musik an und gucken einfach, wie sich das Ganze anhört. Hey, ich verstehe das gerade nicht. Stream rein. Bisschen Musik an, ey. Beim Mic hört sich nämlich relativ normal an. Also ich weiß jetzt nicht, wo das Problem ist. So, spielen wir einfach das hier ab. Ich hoffe, das wird nicht mit in meinem Geschmacksprofil da aufgenommen. Nein. Perfekt. So, jetzt testen wir es mal. Wo ist es? Da. Da. Wenn ich das mal jetzt ein bisschen lauter mache. Passt doch voll. Ich weiß nicht, worauf YouTube wieder aus ist. wir starten schon mal das Spiel. Ich werde nur kurz was vom Backofen rausholen, was ich kurz reingetan habe. Uiuiui.
Bei Animes, ich habe früher geschaut, aber deswegen ist schon richtig so süchtig, dass ich so traurig war, nicht in dieser Welt zu leben wie die, dass ich aufgehört habe, ziemlich schlechten Review gemacht.
Warte, was, dass du nicht in so einer Anime-Welt lebst?
Ich war viel zu viel into it. Also meine Vermutung ist, ich habe mich hyperfokussiert darauf.
Das Wort, was du suchst, heißt verrückt.
Nein, das stand, also nicht, wie heißt das? Hyperfokus, so dass du nur auf eine Sache so dich tunnelst.
Ja. Ja, nee, das Wort heißt verrückt, glaube ich. Bin da ziemlich sicher.
Ich geb dir gleich verrückt. Bei Animes, ich habe früher...
Das passte dem Audi-Fahrer offenbar gar nicht. Er steigt kurzerhand aus, doch aus dem wütenden Elefanten wurde dann ganz schnell ein kleines Mäuschen.
Alter, Digga, das ist so ein Boss-Move.
Das passte dem Audi-Fahrer offenbar gar nicht. Er steigt kurzerhand aus, doch aus dem wütenden Elefanten wurde dann ganz schnell ein kleines Mäuschen.
Alter, Digga, das... Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, dude.
What you doing? Auflösung müssen wir aber definitiv gering stellen. Ich hoffe nur, dass ich jetzt nicht Instant HDR reingedrückt bekomme. Nur weil ich ein Spiel jetzt mit HDR gestartet hatte. Aber wenn das Spiel wahrscheinlich so nicht in HDR spielen. Ich habe es einmal getan, so ich weiß nicht. Ich denke, man sah auch wahrscheinlich nice aus, aber ob es jetzt unbedingt notwendig ist, ein Spiel in HDR zu spielen, weiß ich nicht. Muss nicht sein. Kann ich ja umschalten, dann, ja. Sobald ich HDR drücke, schaltet das automatisch hier im Spiel um auf HDR. Aber ich glaube, Windows ist so verbuggt, dass sich das denkt, jedes Spiel, was du jetzt startest, in HDR. Obwohl ich es nicht will. Ich wollte es eigentlich nur in dem Spiel, ne? So, also, ich weiß nicht, was das Problem war. Deswegen lasse ich es einfach aus. Gut ist. Schattendetails, ja, Schattenfilterung, keine Ahnung. Das jetzt lassen wir einfach auf hoch. Sonst kann man ja alles auch so noch stehen lassen. Nebelqualität Mittel, das niedrigste möglich. Ja, das kann man auch so stehen lassen. Ja. Raytracing lassen wir aus, frisst einfach nur FPS. Ich weiß nicht. Das jetzt sieht schön aus, es frisst aber halt zu viel FPS. Ich habe leider diese FPS nicht. Also für 60 FPS so mäßig. Wir müssen das Spiel leider auch ein bisschen von vorne spielen. Aber wir haben legit wahrscheinlich 10 Minuten an Gameplay verdattelt. Gut. Kann sein aber, dass ich hier jetzt auf jeden Fall mein Mic ausmache. Denn ich nehme gerne Cutscenes auf. Wenn wir wieder ab einer bestimmten Stelle sind, wo ich Cutscenes aufnehme, tja, dann wisst ihr Bescheid. Das hier steht. Müssen wir alles wieder anpassen. Ich glaube am besten machen wir mal die Lautstärke ein bisschen höher. Gut. Das hier auch stumm. Damit dann bis gleich, bis je nachdem, ob meiner in den Chat reinschreibt, werde ich dann safe antworten. Also dann. Wohl, Mike lasse ich sogar erstmal noch offen. Ich mach's gleich jetzt aus. Ja gut, da wählen wir wieder. Hm.
Fuck you doing?
Fuck you doing? Fucking dumb.
Fuck you doing? Fuck you doing?
I'll go and check the shoreline.
Is that you, Jill?
Help me, please.
This way.
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a jiffle sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life. I'll go and check the shoreline.
Is that you, Jill?
Help me, please.
This way.
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a jiffle sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life. I'll go and check the shoreline.
Ha yakın bir yerde kimse görmeden.
Kimse görmeden.
Kimse görmeden. Ha?
Kimse görmeden.
Kimse görmeden. Allah muhafaza aman aman ayla mayla geçiyor. Ha? Ha yakın bir yerde kimse görmeden.
Kimse görmeden.
Kimse görmeden. Ha?
Uyanık.
Kimse görmeden. Allah muhafaza aman aman ayla mayla geçiyor. Ha? Ha yakın bir yerde kimse görmeden.
Kimse görmeden.
Kimse görmeden. Ha?
Uyanık.
Kimse görmeden. Allah muhafaza aman aman ayla mayla geçiyor. Ha? Ha yakın bir yerde kimse görmeden.
This guy was one step away from beating the hardest game ever.
Bro, that's what these plays would. You can't get me this time, bro. Alright. Jump, 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 jump. Okay. Let's go, bro. Let's freaking. Okay. That thing's like an illusion to me, bro. I've been freaking playing this thing for 4 years, bro. I've been playing this game for 4 freaking years, bro. Now it came to an end, chat. Alright.
This guy was one step away from beating the hardest game ever.
Bro, that's what these plays would. You can't get me this time, bro. Alright. Jump, 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 jump. Okay. Let's go. Huh?
Certain. These holes are usually
Und wir schieben das mal jetzt wieder hier rüber. So, dann jetzt mal Game-Ding hier an. Alan Wake 2. Monitoraufnahme aus. Dann sehen wir auch nämlich hier keinen Virus und sonst was. Perfekto. da. Da haben wir es. At Firefox. Kann das jetzt auf Discord angezeigt werden? Oder muss ich Discord denn dafür neu starten? Okay, also hier noch was installieren. Machen wir's mal. Sieht man ja auch, dass ich auf YouTube live bin. Yes, sir. Installieren. Ja. Kann sein, dass man wahrscheinlich dafür Discord neu starten muss. Würde ich jetzt einfach mal davon ausgehen. Mal kurz auf Handy rein. Und starten mal Discord neu. Task beendet. Vielleicht steht das dann jetzt dort. Gucken wir mal. Was muss man dafür machen, ne? Installiert habe ich es ja schon. Ja, das habe ich. YouTube. Was? YouTube Live Discord Presence würde ich gerne wissen. Bäh. Muss ich wirklich dafür, warte mal, muss ich wirklich ein Video dafür abspielen? Es geht nicht über Livestream. Ist ein bisschen belastend. Gucken wir mal einfach. Ich jetzt ein YouTube-Video abspielen lasse. Ich glaube, dass da leider ehrlich nichts steht.
Hello everyone. In this video, I'll guide you step by step on how to set up and use Pre-Mid for your Discord profile. With this amazing utility, you can enhance your Discord experience by displaying a dynamic, rich presence based on your current browser activities. This means your Discord status can show what you're watching on YouTube, Netflix, Twitch, or even browsing Instagram and other websites or social media platforms. Is the Pre-MID browser extension. Open your browser and navigate to the official Pre-MID website. Once there, choose your browser.
Machen wir mal die Erweiterung kurz weg, weil ich will die da jetzt nicht drin haben. Entfernen. Das, was ich vorhin da installiert habe, bitte auch deinstallieren. Das wäre supi. Oh. Und in Discord mal einmal kurz wieder rein. So. Gut. Hat sich installiert. Das da mal wegmachen. Codename Jordan. So, wo ist denn dieser Pre-Mid? Da. Ja. Werden wir mal. Ja, okay. Hat schon gereicht. Ups. müssen wir auf Erweiterung dafür zufügen. Yes. Komm bei Premed. Dass wir unseren Discord-Account da mit verknüpfen müssen, war mir schon klar. Mit Premed verbinden. Ja, haben wir jetzt getan. Erstmal das noch nicht. Ja, wir lassen das mal bei YouTube nur. Ich bin startklar. Yippie. Frage aller Fragen, steht jetzt auf Discord was oder irgendwie tut's da nämlich immer noch nichts.
Chrome. Click on the PremID icon in your browser toolbar. Follow the on-screen instructions to link your Discord account. If you're concerned about privacy, you can test it with an alternate Discord account first. Posting a YouTube video, the present store, to my friends. I'll add these to choose from, ranging from GitHub and Google Search to Netflix and more. For example, let's say I want to show off my GitHub activity to my friends. I'll add the GitHub and Google Search.
It started. Ach du Heilige. Geht auch, warte mal. Müsste hier ja rein theoretisch YouTube Live auch stehen, oder nicht? Nee. Wenn nicht, ist es auch nicht schlimm, nur, ja. Schade. Gut, egal. Was ist das hier? Warte. Vielleicht ist es dann das. Wer weiß. Discord App Developers. Wo ist denn das? Eieiei. Haben wir. Warte mal, wir machen das hier weg. Jetzt gerade was. Mike, wo ist Mike? Da weg damit. Gut.
by a bear? I'll check out that map. Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
You're the one who wanted to switch.
I think I hear someone.
I'm not walking all the way back.
Could be our deputy.
I can go take a look.
Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly. I need to think through the facts of the case. The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. The Mind Place. Each field offered. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene. Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not. Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now, this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence? Step 1. Examine the corpse. The killer left the heart right next to the body. Incise stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. That's not right. Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about. Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? This mug always cheers me up. Was he killed here or brought here after? For display? deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
You're switch.
I think I hear someone.
I'm not walking. Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Definitely matches the... Strapped by the wrist. Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly. I need to think through the facts of the case. The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene. Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson. Too much sky.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Here together at the murder site. I did not want to swap.
No, still not getting it. Try.
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI. That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing. Nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this... fit the MO of the previous murders? Step 1. Examine... The corpse. Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence? Incised stab wound, chest cut open, heart removed. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. The killer left the heart right next to the body. Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about. If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softy Casey is. Miss you, kiddo. I'll be home soon. Mom may be gone, but whenever I read this, I feel like she's still here. My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic. Casey's favorite brand. Tastes terrible. Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it. like to review the clues. I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation.
The station heads are not currently available. Access is restricted without their permission.
Nice talking to you, too. Doesn't make sense. Think, Saga. Hmm. Hmm. Keep trying.
Anderson. Hey,
Let's get back to work over here, can we?
Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, Emmy got on Forbes 30 under 30. That's good for her. It was actually kind of funny that that this happened because I was like, damn, I wonder why I didn't get on that. And then I realized I'm 35. I'm like, damn, bro, like what happened? Yeah, I saw this. Yeah.
Andrew, what the fuck was that? Tristan, I will pick you up with one hand by your titty. I'm a 40-year-old multi-millionaire Pagani owner. What color's your Bugatti? Bring me any female and I'll body slam her ass. Well, that's cheating, Andrew. You can't fight a girl. Oh, you're cheating, you're cheating.
I'll look around. See you in a bit.
Take your time.
Locked. They really don't want people coming in here. I want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
Wir haben eine andere Idee. Wir gehen jetzt, glaube ich, auf TikTok Live. Nur auf TikTok Live. Bei YouTube weiß ich nicht. Keine Ahnung. Wir sehen uns dann gleich auf Tiki Taka Toki. Tikili Takadi.